we remain very optimistic on China. We remain very bullish around the growth prospects of China and the technology opportunities that are engendered from there. The regulatory environment and changing regulatory environment doesn't really change. Again, it's sort of back to the risks that we talked about. It's one of the risks we need to consider. We are faced with regulation not just in China, but in other parts of the world as well. So it doesn't change our stance in any meaningful way. We do have to take into consideration all the new regulation and regulatory changes. And I'll finish by saying, look, we comply with local regulations in all the geographies we operate in. We encourage our portfolio to do the same.
So just to be absolutely categorical about Temasek's position here, you are staying invested in tech, especially and in China, and you're not reducing exposure there despite the regulatory headwinds.
Again, it's not a overlay decision that we've made in any way, shape, or form. No, each investment stands on its own merits, and that's the way we continue to manage our portfolio.
How closely is Temasek watching inflation? And if it is transitory, as many do believe it will be, will it therefore have limited impact on your investments that are longer term in scope and definition, and therefore does not necessarily warrant any shift in strategic direction?
That's a great question. I think we do believe that inflation is likely to be transitory, although it will last a year, possibly more. So I don't think it's short term, it is transitory in our view. That being said, again, in the construction of a long-term portfolio, we do take various scenarios into account, and certainly tail risks around inflation are part of those scenarios. So it doesn't change the behavior. We have to we have to always rebalance our portfolio as we normally do for all scenarios, one of which is tail risks around inflation.